Once upon a time there was a young girl named Clara who lived in a small village with her family. Clara loved to spend time in the kitchen with her mother, baking delicious treats like cookies, cakes, and pies. One night, as Clara was helping her mother clean up after dinner, there was a knock at the door. When Clara's father opened the door, a mysterious old man stood there, holding a beautifully wrapped box. "This is for Clara," the old man said with a smile. Clara's parents looked at each other, puzzled. Who was this strange visitor bringing gifts? Clara eagerly unwrapped the gift. Inside was the most beautiful music box she had ever seen. Made of dark carved wood, the music box was decorated with delicate sugar flowers and had a tiny key on the side. As Clara turned the key, the box began to play a sweet melody while the lid opened to reveal a dancer twirling in a shiny pink dress. "It's magical!" Clara exclaimed. The old man smiled and explained that this was no ordinary music box. He had created it using his skills in magic. The man then told Clara if she turned the key 3 times, closed her eyes, and made a wish, the music box would take her on an adventure. Before leaving, he made one request: enjoy the journey, but always remember to return home. After the man left, Clara quickly turned the key 3 times, squeezed her eyes shut tight, and wished with all her might for an adventure. She felt a whoosh of cool air swirl around her, and when she opened her eyes she couldn't believe it. She was no longer in her family's kitchen. Clara found herself standing before a towering castle made completely of sweets. The turrets were swirly lollipops, the gates made of chocolate bars. A river of sweet lemonade flowed around the castle. "The land of sweets," Clara said in amazement. Excited to explore, she raced across the drawbridge into the castle. Inside the Land of Sweets castle, everything was even more incredible than Clara had imagined. The halls were lined with cakes, cookies, and pies of every flavor. Fountains spilled melted chocolate and caramel. Chandeliers made of crystal candy swung from the ceilings. Clara skipped from room to room, sampling everything. She met talking gingerbread men and a kind sorceress named Miss Bonbon who let Clara try mixing magic potions from syrups and sprinkles. Clara was having so much fun, she almost forgot about going back home. After exploring the castle, Clara found herself feeling a little sick from all the sugar and decided to venture outside. She discovered a huge, colorful garden full of strawberry trees, candy cane plants, and flowers made of tart gummies. Fizzy soda pops grew on vines and ice cream blossoms dotted the bushes. Clara plucked a soda pop and drank the bubbly juice inside. When she bit into a crisp green candy leaf, it tasted just like sour apple. "This is the most wonderful place I've ever seen," Clara said to herself. She continued exploring the incredible candy gardens, smelling the floral scents and sampling unique treats. Even though she was surrounded by delicious sweets, after a while, Clara began to miss things from home like her family's homemade bread and the cozy kitchen. Looking around the Land of Sweets, Clara saw children playing but realized she had made no real friends. Maybe too many sweets isn't always the best thing, she thought. Clara decided it was time to return home and began looking for the magic music box. But it was nowhere to be found. Starting to feel worried, Clara frantically searched the castle and gardens, but the music box had vanished. How would she get back home now? Clara tried not to panic. She decided to retrace her steps back inside the castle, remembering the kindly sorceress Miss Bonbon. The sorceress greeted Clara warmly but was distressed to hear the music box was missing. You must find it quickly to return home. The magic won't last forever, she warned. Ms. Bonbon helped Clara bake a fresh batch of cinnamon cookies to clear her head. As the kitchen filled with the comforting scent, Clara realized where the music box must be. The silly gingerbread man had borrowed it. She rushed to find him and finally spotted the music box sitting on a counter. Relieved, she quickly turned the key 3 times as Miss Bonbon encouraged her to think of home. With the sweet melody playing, Clara shut her eyes tight and clicked her heels. When she opened her eyes, Clara was back in her own kitchen. The music box rested in her hands, playing its song. Clara's parents were still cleaning up after dinner and didn't seem to realize she had been gone at all. "You're back," her mother said, surprised to see Clara standing there hugging the music box with a big smile. Clara just nodded, glad to be home but keeping the incredible magical journey a secret tucked safely in her heart. That night as she fell asleep holding the music box close, Clara dreamed of the land of sweets and wondered if she would ever return to taste more of its wonders. But for now, she was happy to be home with the smells of her family's kitchen and the simple wonders that made it special.